Joining me now in studio, it's so great to see him, is Texas Senator Ted Cruz. Senator, I think they've run out of ideas, they've run out of strategies, and they're going back to the old playbook, smear and try to, I guess, just cancel people with whom they disagree.
Well, they're doubling down on the extreme. Their policy is crashing and burning. The American people see inflation galloping across the country. They're paying $6 and $7 a gallon for gas. They see the border complete and total chaos. We just passed another million illegal immigrants in this fiscal year, and we're in March right now. They see the disasters of Biden's policies assaulting our constitutional liberties, including a very liberal Supreme Court justice nominee who we can expect to undermine our free speech, undermine religious liberty, undermine the Second Amendment, and to be incredibly lenient on crime. All of the policies they have.
20 minutes later.
Where is it?
Sir, I don't know that answer.
I mean, Hunter Biden's password on his laptop was Hunter02. He drops it off at a repair store. I'm holding the receipt from Max Computer Repair, where in December 2019, they turned over this laptop to the FBI. And what now you're telling me right here is that as the assistant director of FBI Cyber, you don't know where this is after it was turned over to you 3 years ago.
Yes, sir, that's an accurate statement.
This as Republican Senators Chuck Grassley and Ron Johnson highlight additional evidence of financial relationships between Hunter Biden and the Chinese government, saying that they now have a receipt that shows he received $100,000 from Chinese oligarchs. We know that Peter Schweitzer has already reported many times that the Biden family has taken $31 million from Chinese officials tied to the Chinese Communist Party. And Dagan McDowell, we bring this up repeatedly because now we are actually feeling the effects of influence peddling in real time, forcing us to question Joe Biden's decision-making on Russia, Ukraine, and China, three countries where his family received many, many dollars, tens of millions.
It appears as if that certainly Biden Incorporated and all those working inside that corporation, if you will, just thought that this story would go away because you had Twitter and other large technology companies running cover for this family. And just the fact that the New York Times finally printed its own confirmation that the laptop wasn't Russian disinformation, but belonged to Hunter Biden. Now they're struggling. This family is going to continue to struggle, and those in government, because this story is not going away. And now that they will, and the spotlight's back on the FBI and also the tax investigation into potential malfeasance and criminal activity by Hunter Biden. So the top has come off that can, and now everybody is looking inside to see, well, the dog food that is the doings of this family.
Well, it's not just that this story is not going away, Nancy. Peter Schweitzer is expecting an indictment to come soon of Hunter Biden. And he told me on Sunday Morning Futures a week ago that he thinks that's the reason that the New York Times is forced to admit this is real, because they expect an indictment coming as well.
Yeah, well, and he's been right all the way through and ahead on this story, along with Miranda Devine. So I do think it's sickening. The level of incompetence at Justice and FBI, or the level of cover-up, I think is historical. And I find it, as everyone does now that they're following the story more closely, it's very troubling, especially given the geopolitical environment that we're in. So
Good morning and welcome to Rising. Robbie, I have no idea what we're going to do today. How's this show going to be?
Oh, we're going to have a show?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go.
Well, we can read off of this thing. So
We're going to read. We'll see what it says. Brianna Joy Gray will unpack AOC's warning for Democrats over midterms. Just kidding. We have this on lock. We know exactly what we're doing. Reporter Alex Thompson will also discuss his investigation of President Biden's science advisors and their financial ties to a Google billionaire. But before we get to all that, so during an interview with John Solomon on Just the News, former President Trump called on Russian President Vladimir Putin to release information regarding alleged dealings between Russian oligarchs and Hunter Biden. I would also call on him to stop the invasion of Ukraine, maybe, if we're just calling on him to do things.
You've got an open line, yeah.
Just this week, the Wall Street Journal reported that the federal tax investigation into Hunter Biden is gaining steam as prosecutors in Delaware seek information.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
We have some brand new CNN reporting. A Justice Department investigation on Hunter Biden, the president's son, has intensified over the last several months. The investigation has been going on since 2018, and this stems from Biden's business dealings, from Hunter Biden's business dealings in foreign countries like Ukraine, while his father was serving as vice president. Sources tell CNN that President Biden is not being investigated in relation to his son's dealings. Joining me now is CNN senior justice correspondent Evan Perez and CNN senior legal analyst Ellie Honig. Evan, just lay out your reporting here, because this is very, very bad for the president's son.
It is, and it's an investigation, as you pointed out, going back to 2018, and right now, prosecutors in Delaware are focusing on a number of things, including whether Hunter Biden and some of his business associates violated laws, including tax and money laundering laws and foreign lobbying laws. A lot of this has to do with Hunter Biden's time working with this company called Burisma, an energy company in Ukraine. He was getting paid as much as $50,000 a month for that company during a time that Joe Biden, his father, was vice president, was in charge of handling Ukraine issues for the Obama administration. And that, of course, raised questions of a conflict. And so what we know is this investigation, for a while, it has been going on, and it seemed to not a lot was going on until recently. A lot of activity has picked up. We know witnesses have gone in to talk to the grand jury in Delaware. We know of witnesses who are going in to talk to investigators in the next few weeks. So we know that there's a lot of activity now picking up. He's not been charged. He says that Hunter Biden says that he committed no wrongdoing, and that he says at the end of this he believes he'll be cleared. But obviously, as you pointed out, this is a political mess for the sitting president to